Yes, I do.
What's poppin' internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Podcast, a show where we clean our glasses off right when we start rolling.
Is that the theme?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm going for.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Let me get in here.
I accidentally touched
What's your preferred cleaning glass material?
like cotton. Because like shirts usually that are like kind of shitty don't work. Like, that gives you the streaks and stuff and you're like, eh. Preferably like the micro cloth. If you got one.
Oh, yeah.
Micromodal
I'm
or
a Kleenex
microbial
guy.
or whatever.
Like, if there's a Kleenex near me, I'll use that.
Kleenex is pretty good.
Yeah. Paper towel in a rough spot.
Yeah, that's dangerous though.
When you're at work, you got to do what you got to do.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get oil and stuff.
Anyway, what are we talking about today?
We got a lot to talk about.
Like what?
Transformers 4.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about other stuff like Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
There's a lot
Jedi
of big
Fallen
things
Order.
actually.
Yeah, we missed last week.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Oh,
Survivor.
sorry. In my head, I heard Jedi, whatever the third Jedi movie is. Star Wars.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. I've been getting a lot of
Jeez.
the what do they call them, the sequels?
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of hate for that on the TikTok.
That's weird.
For you
That's
Patriot.
back for you.
Yeah, the movie's so old now, but I think
Yeah.
people are just reinstilled with their hate.
Yeah, that's kind of odd.
The movies are pretty bad.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start her off. What should we start her off with?
Sorry.
What?
I just thought of the word papadilla. It's just funny.
What should we start her off with, bro?
You want to start with Transformers? It's fresh on my mind.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
Bring up the Transformers tier list, babe, if you wouldn't mind.
We watched Transformers
Yo,
4.
turn your camera on, babe, so they can see you. See the
You
little
want to
eyeball?
be a part of this?
See the eyeball? See
Did
the
she
eyeball?
watch the movie?
Click the eyeball. No, but they can
Oh.
see her. That should just pop up. Look, it's you.
Hello.
You can
So
turn
this
your mic. You can turn your mic on if you want to talk. You can turn it back off too if you hate it. But
Bye. Transformers 4.
mm-hmm.
Age of Extinction.
Yep.
Let's. You want to rank first?
Yeah.
All right. You want to give a countdown?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Grabbage. This movie is
Grabbage
pretty
tier.
bad. Now,
I got a lot.
I've been trying to dissect what is bad.
I got a lot. I got a laundry list.
But like, what separate from like the normal bad
I
Transformers
got
stuff?
a huge laundry list.
There is a lot of things.
I got a very long.
Where do you want to start?
Okay, first and foremost, I think the elephant in the room, Sam Witwicky being gone, a little weird, but also you can't fault. You know, they had to change actors and do all that stuff, so they got these new characters. He didn't want to be in the movies anymore. That's fine.
Sure, but it's
but I don't think necessarily introducing the new characters anything in and of itself is bad.
No, it's terrible.
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't have to be bad.
No, it's terrible
have to be
because
bad.
this is not an origin movie, but it's an origin movie.
Yeah,
It's halfway an origin movie,
exactly.
but halfway we've
That's
been
what I'm
doing
s-
this for 4 movies.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be bad.
Yeah.
But the way they wrote it made it terrible.
Yes.
But it just getting new characters and continuing the Transformers story doesn't have to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, really bad here because you're like, yeah, like you're saying, like you're halfway doing an origin story for Cade and his daughter, but then also like halfway continuing everything, and then it feels weird because like Optimus and them act like they've known Cade for like a really fucking long
Yeah,
time.
because you already have the buy-in to like love the Transformers, like the Autobots and stuff. You don't have the buy-in for Cade and the humans.
No.
And it just feels they're not as likable. First of all, I don't think they're nearly as likable as Sam and his family.
Yeah.
And Megan Fox, stuff like that. Like they're just not as likable characters.
Yeah. And first and foremost, I gotta say, Mark Wahlberg, not the worst part of this movie.
No, he's fine.
Like,
He's
not at
arguably
all.
fine.
Yeah, like
I think
I
he does a good
expected it to be like, oh, I hate Mark Wahlberg, but
That's
he's
Marky
not.
Mark, baby.
He's not the worst part of this film.
He's pretty good. But immediately off the bat, I hate about every other character.
Yeah.
And you're not getting me the buy-in.
You start her off strong with a pedophilia joke.
But it's not a joke because it's the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like it's just
And
what it
then
is.
Following later, you have like a really in-depth scene where you want to explain Romeo and Juliet laws,
Yeah.
and you're like, "This is weird, right?" Like this,
Yeah. Well, and the whole
and
time
he
you
pulls
want
it out
to
of his wallet, and he's like, "Look, check it out."
You wanna
So it's
root
like,
for-
is Michael Bay dating a young girl? Like,
Yeah.
like is he trying to?
you want to root for love and stuff like that,
It's
but the whole
weird.
movie you're like, she's 17, he's 20. They started dating when she was 15 and he was
Yeah.
18. I don't like this.
Yeah, no.
But like you're forced to like this is what the movie is.
Yeah, and then
I hate it.
Like Romeo and Juliet laws, we dated for a little
Here's
bit.
the statute for
He's like, oh, well, you dated when you were minor, so you were 17 and she was 14. That's still odd. Brother.
Yeah, like it doesn't make it any better. And then we're at the end of the movie,
weird.
and I'm like, this is still gross.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I just can't. I'm
Super
not
odd.
with it.
Got the guy from fucking Midsummer, which that was weird. I didn't realize he was in this. You know the guy who like has that weird orgy.
That's
Midsummer?
him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Who's like?
He looked almost
He's
like
Florence Pugh's boyfriend in the movie.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
looked almost like Liam Hemsworth. The other Hemsworth brother.
Yeah. No one was good looking.
No.
But anyway, so yeah, so you have the weird pedo joke, and then you have the. Also, he says, and it's a little stack of nitpicky things where he's like section 236, and then he pulls the card out, and the card says section 22.0. So
well, that's what no, I don't know what you're talking about.
He just says the wrong numbers.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying because I read the subtitles, and the subtitles
are correct. But
that's weird.
He says, yeah, it's section 2367 of the penal code, and then he pulls the card out, and it's 22.01, and I was like, immediately he just said the wrong numbers.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And
weird.
then also, it's just weird that we have this fucking scene in the first place. Also, who's the villain?
That's a great question.
Who's the fucking villain in this movie? So you're like, oh, it's Lockdown, who we have no backstory for. He just makes these vague claims about being like God's descent or whatever.
Sent
you're like, okay, that's weird.
creators.
Oh wait, no, just fucking. Megatron, he's back. But then he's just gone for the back half, and you're like, oh, so he's not back? But then he comes back in at the very end to remind you that he was there. You're like, okay, maybe, the CIA guys are the bad guys? So, like, you just
The problem is, it's like 3 movies in one.
I know.
Because even me and Jordan, we're 2 hours in.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and then Optimus goes off into the forest, and you're like, oh my God, I forgot the dinosaurs are in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are they in this movie?
And it makes sense for him to go get some, like, ancient warriors to help him out. But I think you should have had the warriors talk, because to me it doesn't make any sense that like they're these crazy rampaging just beasts, and he just has to says he'll kill them. He's like, you are free, but I'm gonna be tyrannical for you to help me first.
I'll free you, but you're gonna help me out.
Yeah, he's like, I will kill you.
They're kind of like equating them to just dumb beasts.
Yeah, but then how do they like discern differences betwing who's on
how's
the good
Bumblebee
team?
a good guy?
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of dumb.
Which is why I was thinking they should just have made them talk and been like, yeah, for freeing us, we'll help you, and then we're skedaddling. Yeah, like cool.
Or make them completely submissive.
Exactly.
Where it's like,
they recognize that he freed them, so they're like, yo,
not like a thing of we're gonna resist it because we have the moral.
Having the scene where they fight and he has to best them is like, it's fucking a little weird.
It is. The whole thing's weird. And then we're because we're in that general talking point of the movie. Go ahead. That we are blowing stuff up in the city for way too long.
Yeah, for a long time.
We're like, okay, the animals have shown up. Yeah, we can skedaddle. There's like 10 more minutes of this.
It's so dumb. And then there's a lot of like me not really understanding the way they set up where like he's been murdering the Autobots, like how just nobody knew that he was hunting the Autobots and melting them down. Like word never got out. I don't know. It just doesn't feel viable. And then also, he becomes like a good guy at the end, but like, no, you're a shitty billionaire guy who was killing the good guys and melting them down.
Wait, we're cool with this guy now?
So why are we having like...
He's going to buy them a house and it's all good?
A super shitty redemption arc and then like kind of a weird love story between him and his assistant.
Yeah, and then he doesn't ever do anything redeeming.
He doesn't do anything to help. He's just annoying the whole time.
Won the battle.
Exactly. He's only drug along the whole time. Everyone saves his ass, and then at the end, the assistant's like, ooh, we can kind of go do our own thing. And you're like, but why? Yeah. All he has is money.
And Mark's all there alone. You're like, if anybody deserves anything right now, it's Mark's character.
Super weird. And then also, there is an absurd amount of fucking blatant product placement in this film.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Where he's like, the Beats pill. And you're like, the fucking Beats pill. And then when they crash into the Bud Light truck, and then they have the whole like scene where they pan over all the Bud Light cans. Yeah. And then he like intimidates that dude, and to finish it off, he cracks open a cold Bud Light and takes a swig. And you're like, dude, what the fuck? And I Googled it. It won like the shitty...
The Razzies?
Yeah, it won the Razzie for the most product placement in one movie.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
55 different scenes of product placement.
Wow.
Yeah. But the blatant ones are like the Beats pill and the Bud Light truck. I think there was one more because I watched like
the Pepsi
Supercut.
Pepsi was there.
Yeah, there's just like it's so bad.
It is pretty bad.
Why are we starting? Like it's bad to the point of like you start a shot looking at someone's Nike shoe and then pan up. Like that doesn't happen in the movie, but it's basically the same thing.
I will say the only redeeming scene is the final scene. I feel like where they're all fighting Lockdown.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They're driving the car around.
Also, it was
Bumblebee's fighting Optimus fighting him.
The sword came out and he like
catches it midair.
It's really tight.
Now, for the first time, I think I have a problem with Optimus.
Do you?
This man is catching way too many bullets and
Yeah.
swords to the chest
Yeah.
and never having a wound.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, man gets shot in the chest 2 times and then dragged on the plane.
Yeah.
That never gets
No.
healed, but he's fine.
Also, it's weird that
Catches the sword.
everyone's like, yeah, Optimus is the GOAT, but like we're always having to help him out. Like we're always having to. He's always pinned down or always fucked, and it's up to us. And then there's just like some other weird stuff. When the weird pedophile dude dies in the beginning, that scene just feels weird, and maybe because of the weird pan out. But when Lockdown shoots like the little napalm down, and it's like in the perfect path.
Oh, and it's kind of like going around them.
Yeah. It's like
I thought it was
that's
so
weird.
dumb.
And then also they're sitting there with Optimus, and Lockdown is like 50 yards away, and that's Optimus. He's there to hunt them down. But after he kills the dude,
he drops the grenade, and that's it.
and then he just stands there. He's like, "Damn!" And he watches.
That
Optimus
was my
drive
only
off, and he's
weapon.
like, shit, I can't get him. And you're like, just turn into a car.
Yeah, no,
Just chase after
it's
him.
pretty rough. And
But you
then
had to have the whole thing where they were like, "No, Max or whatever his name was. He's dead. We gotta go." You're like, "What?"
God,
The
what
fuck?
was my other nitpick? Oh, me and Jordan did come to this conclusion. Hound, MVP.
Who's that?
He was the like grenadier guy with all the weapons, the bombs.
Oh yeah. Was that Josh Brolin?
No, it sounds like the guy that plays Sully.
Okay,
It might have been Josh Brolin.
because I thought it was Josh Brolin.
Let me look it up. He probably has the most confirmed kills I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, no,
he
he
was
was
going
sitting
in.
there, and they were like, "Yeah, we have 50 Decepticons." On God, he murdered like 80.
Yeah, no,
on
he
screen.
knocked them all. Because most like I feel like you only ever see like Jazz in the first one kill one.
Yeah.
like people aren't killing Decepticons
Yeah,
in the
no,
first one movie,
he
and
was
he killed
merciless.
like 30 of them.
Hold the pin.
Let me see here. What Age of Extinction cast. So I think me and Jordan concluded that he is a top 3.
He's pretty
Autobot.
good. Does he die? I can't remember.
No, I don't think he does.
Sucked and I hated it.
Age of Extinction. Hold on. Cast. Yeah, John Goodman
Okay,
plays the Hound.
so it's the guy who plays the dude.
And then there's the one.
Not yet.
There's the one CIA
Come back
guy
quick.
who's just obsessed with killing Cade.
Yeah, it's super odd that everything happens, and then those 2 CIA dudes are like, the most important thing is to kill this
to kill
Texas
Cade.
guy. And they're like, yeah, we can't let it get out that we were killing Decepticons, but it kind of is like already out.
Yeah,
Like,
like you're not getting out of
Like
there.
killing Autobots, and you're like, yeah, it's kind of already out, and there's like more important stuff going on, but for some reason, we still just want to kill.
We
this
have to kill Cade.
Texas guy.
Yeah,
It's like,
because surely the Autobots won't say anything.
yeah.
Let's just kill the one guy. Yeah.
Also, it's a weird plot line to be like, Optimus is fucked and super hurt, and Cade has to help him out. Then there's no time for Cade to fix him up, and he busts out the barn fixed.
It's maybe 12 hours.
I don't even think it's that long.
It's like maybe the next day.
It's so
like in the morning.
quick. No, it's not. It's not, because he puts him in the thing. He figures out that it's a robot. He tells the guy to go to the store to get some stuff. When the guy goes to the store, he calls the FBI, and then the FBI show up right when he comes back from the store. So it's maybe 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's maybe 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then Optimus is like fixed. Oh, I ain't even rested up or
What
nothing.
I think, because I watched Infinity War right before this.
Sure.
I
Where
think
are we going?
what I wish they would have done with this franchise.
Sure.
Because I don't know what happens in the 5th one. I honestly have zero memory.
Okay.
I've
never seen it.
I wish Optimus Prime
Also,
was.
Optimus had rockets this whole time? He had rocket
That
boots?
pissed me off. I looked at Jordan. I was like,
How many times did they have to climb? He had rocket
when did he
boots.
get those, bro? But I wish there was like actually a moment where like, for not just 20 minutes that Prime was dead, and it's like, all right, we're gonna lose this battle. End of the movie.
Yeah.
And then like I want them to have an Infinity War Endgame moment.
Sure.
Where it's not
Where they
just
lose?
like yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like we don't lose.
Yeah.
Somebody dies. One of the
Yeah.
Autobots dies.
Also, you kind of like establish that those robots are like so good and they can like just take the bullets because they can just put holes in themselves, and but then they all just start dying.
Yeah, they all just catch traits
then
from
they're all
Hound
just
and
taking
they're
bullets.
donezo.
Like they kill that, what is it, like Striker or whatever, Stinger, which they like put up to be like this crazy thing, but then he kind of just dies off. Not even off screen, but like it's not a moment.
I was so upset because I told Jordan, I was like, I didn't realize that was Stinger fighting because they made all those Autobots the same color.
Yeah,
or the Decepticon.
So you don't realize that his Bumblebee killing Stinger.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I thought that was just a regular guy. Not a Stinger.
And then yeah, they like establish them in that highway chase of these guys are gonna be crazy. They can like dodge bullets and shit. You're gonna have to really think to kill them. And then like no, you don't. Then the next fight they just take in the bullets. Like,
Yeah,
they don't do that ability the rest of the movie.
Yep.
And then yeah, it's so fucking odd that like halfway through the fight in the middle of the city, I was like, where the fuck's Megatron at?
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's a coward, bro.
You finish the whole movie, and then it just pans to him standing, and he's like,
We lost.
Megatron's back, baby. And you're like, what?
Yeah. They needed a villain for the next movie.
And then it's odd that Optimus is like, hey, guys, Megatron's still here. There's a lot of Decepticons around. I'm gonna catch you on the flip.
I'm gonna see y'all later. Like, where are you going, bro? Your rocket's got enough juice to get you anywhere.
I know.
I feel like that's untapped potential.
Exactly. Only could fly to any corner of the universe. Chill. What the fuck?
And then I was thinking about this in the car over here, and I may have just missed it. How did everybody get to China? Like, maybe there's actually an explanation in the movie, but I just don't remember it.
Yeah, like everyone pops up in China. And it is also weird that like there's several moments where you're fighting throughout the city and like CIA guys like in the perfect spot where you're like, why are you there?
When he tells the guy central elevator, and I'm like, how are you have the city of wherever they are, Hong Kong or something? How do you know memorized. Central elevator means this one elevator? Yeah. This one building.
It's super weird. And then there's just several moments where you're like, they're like, okay, we're gonna go here and just do a thing, and they're like, yeah, they're gonna go to Hong Kong, but then they just happen to be standing in the perfect spot to run into them. Where you're like, they're just two dudes in Hong Kong.
Bro, when he kills the guy with a football.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
He goes doink, and then I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy has a knife, and the football gets him.
I know.
What a bad.
Also,
movie.
the daughter was fucking annoying.
Yeah, she doesn't really do too much.
No, she's super fucking annoying.
I don't think she brings anything to the table.
Yeah.
The boyfriend, if the boyfriend was just like 18, bro, I would probably have way less problems.
Yeah.
Because I'd be less uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're an adult. No, but I'm only 1 year older. That makes more sense. But it's like Romeo and Juliet laws.
Like, he just graduated this year.
That's weird, dog. This is a weird fucking
It just made everything uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because you want to like he's actually a good asset to the team with the driving skills.
Exactly.
When they drive through that building.
Yeah.
In like the first car chase, and he comes out the other side of the building, and there's just a perfectly shaped hole for a car to be there.
Yeah.
I was so like, are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah. Oh god.
That's pretty dumb. That movie's pretty bad.
Yeah, I hated it.
Hopefully the last one's better. The last one's got to be better, right?
Yeah, I hope.
There's not like an origin thing to tell. It's your final one. I'm actually excited for Bumblebee because that's a good movie.
I'm checking my pizza because I haven't got a text yet. And it's got me pressed.
I told you we could wait.
No, we're
Let me see him. When does the next Transformers movie come out?
June 16th.
Okay, so about the time, June 9th, actually.
June 9th.
So we'll finish up the last two movies and we can kind of get in there and watch this.
Then we also got whatchamacallit, Oppenheimer.
Ooh, and Barbie.
June is so stacked. I might get the free trial for Regal Unlimited.
Yeah, it might be the schmoof.
Because we got Transformers, we got
Barbie,
Fast
Oppenheimer,
Furious, we got Oppenheimer. There's Barbie as well.
Jesus.
And you could do the 1 month free trial, so we could just watch free movies all month.
Yeah, it might be worth it. I heard somebody was telling me Movie Pass is back. I might have to look into that as well.
Anyway, so that's for the Star Wars.
Star Wars, man, love it.
Not Star Wars.
Transformers.
Transformers. Moving on though, I watched a couple other things. I watched Shrek 4 for the first time.
Hold up.
Shrek Forever 4. After. The one with
came out in
Rumpelstiltskin.
2010.
It's the one with Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, but I don't remember the plot.
He time travels. He gets upset that he has kids, and so he's like, you can get a day of being a real ogre if you give me a day from your past. And then he takes the day he was born, and then Rumpelstiltskin is the king, and then nobody remembers him. Yeah. And like his wife's like basically a rebel, and he has to like convince her that they're in love.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
What's the third one?
Shrek 3, Shrek Far. Yeah. You know, Shrek 5 is like in the works.
Is it?
Well, they also tease at the end of Puss in Boots, which I'll talk in a second. They're like,
we'll get there when we do the
I gotta go revisit some old friends. It's like the very, very end, and they're sailing towards far, far away. Oh
shit, dude! I'm hyped for.
I'm here for Shrek 5. I'm actually here for Shrek 5. Even Eddie Murphy was like, "Let's get it done. Let's fucking do this shit."
Yeah, people love Shrek.
He said, He said it's one of my favorite roles I've ever done. Shrek. I will do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. I feel like normal actors love voice acting gigs.
Yeah.
Like Bradley Cooper talking about being Rocket, he's like, "It's my favorite role ever. My screensaver is some fan art of Rocket." That was only.
It's probably easier.
Yeah, it's probably easier.
And also, I don't know. It's just cool. It's cool because you get to be. Not only do you get to act like someone else, you get to like completely be.
Hearing Vin Diesel talk about doing Groot lines where he's like, "It's kind of an art form, man. You just have to." Like,
shut the fuck up.
I think I feel like it's actually the better gig though. Probably because they get paid relatively the same.
Did you see the Rock's in Fast 10?
Why would he not be?
Remember they had their beef.
Oh, is he actually in Fast 10?
That's what they said.
Who's they?
That Vin Diesel. And they had the red carpet the other day. And he confirmed on the red carpet that Fast 10 is Fast 10 Part 1, and then there's Fast 10 Part 2, and then Fast 10 Part 3.
Really?
Yeah. Fast 10 is Part 1 in the 3-part finale. But they said that The Rock was in Fast X. He's back as Hobbs. Their beef is set aside.
Well, I'm glad they could set it aside for a bag. You know?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ, this movie's going to make so much money.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so... Oh, that's the pizza. That's the pizza, baby. Would you mind? I already tipped them.
Bro, did you rewatch the clip I posted in the Discord today?
No idea.
The classic, my favorite moment in Infinity War was when Vin Diesel showed up.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah, that's just classic. So then I also watched Puss in Boots. The Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
Yeah.
That shit was really good, actually.
What's it on?
You gotta rent it on stuff. It's on Apple TV for like $2. I rented it and texted you. You got 48 hours to watch this, and you didn't.
Did you?
Yes, I did. It was in the Discord. I said 8 at
Oh,
chance.
you said it in the Discord?
I said at chance, at Mike. You got 48 hours to watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I just rented it on Apple TV.
You probably did that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably. Yeah, it'll be out in a month on Netflix.
It's really good, actually, though. Like, it's actually well worth watching. Like, it's actually.
Do you need to watch
good.
the original Puss in Boots? Okay, cool.
Not at all.
Because I don't plan on it.
No, it's good. And like the animation, you're watching it, you're like, oh shit, that's fucking clean. There's like a lot of the fight scenes, you're kind of wowed by. You're like, that looks really fucking good for some reason. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty excited.
Ooh, pizza.
Wow.
So anyway, yeah, I watched that.
Okay.
And then moving on to video games. Unless you got something else.
Hold on.
What you got?
You want to do Guardians now while we're in the
Oh, yeah, fucking Guardians. Sorry.
Okay.
If you pull up the Marvel rankings, Bab, if you wouldn't mind, we watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Volume 3. We've had about a week to. You want to rank first? Or you want to talk?
We'll
first?
rank.
Okay.
But we're gonna spoil. I'll let you know.
I think most of the people who want to see it have seen it. Can you zoom in a little?
Hold control and use the scroll wheel.
Yeah, scroll up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can keep it on the top half. You could probably show there. Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere there. This movie has simmered, so I think some of the recency bias is probably starting to fade away.
Yeah,
because we have an acknowledgeable problem of recency bias with these movies.
I'm scoping in.
This is
I got it. I've scoped in. I've acquired the spot.
Okay, let me think here. I'm stuck between two places here. I think I'm gonna go. No. On my list, do I like this movie better than that one? Okay, I know where I'm putting it.
All right.
3, 2, 1, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I was having the internal dilemma of if I like that movie better than Civil War.
I definitely. Mine was. Do I like it more than Pac? I knew I didn't like it more than Civil War.
It's tough.
No.
Because it's so impressive how they give me that feeling.
We're kind of alone in this opinion. Fun fact.
Which volume 3.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Most people put it down towards the middle of the thing, like the upper middle. Like Chance put it at 13 on the kind of funny one. They put it, I think, ended up putting it at 14. And then a lot of people like both of the other Guardians. To me. When Minmax, they did a spoiler. It was. Everyone liked Guardians 2 the most. Some people put this as second. Some people put this as third.
Really?
Which blows my mind because I think this movie's like absolutely fucking.
It is
incredible.
I think it is.
Also, I think
that good based on.
I think.
Yeah.
We did though.
I just watched them recently too.
Not that long ago.
I watched them this week.
This is like. Is this the best trilogy, bro?
Yes.
This trilogy.
Ever?
Yeah.
No.
What else you got, bro?
Best trilogy ever?
Yeah.
Well, Shrek's up there, right?
Shrek is Shrek.
Toy Story's up there.
Shrek 1's a little rough. Shrek 3's like okay.
Shrek 1 is not rough. You
rough.
did not just say Shrek 1's rough.
Yeah, we watched it.
That movie is so good.
It's rough though. It's not as good as Shrek 2.
No, it's
Shrek 2's
great.
Goated.
Shrek 2 is goated.
Yeah,
but it's still great.
But Shrek's not a trilogy. They got 4.
Well, hold up. It's still a trilogy of movies.
Sure. Yeah, sure. What else you got?
Well, let's think about the Marvel trilogies, right? Iron Man.
No,
it's better than Iron Man.
Captain
Spider-Man?
America. I think it's better than Spider-Man.
No, I think Spider-Man has a better trilogy.
I don't think so.
I think you take. Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
No, I don't think so.
You can look at the ratings, and that's true.
Oh yeah, true. Babe, where's the ratings? Where'd they go?
You can just keep them up for a little bit. Look at your ratings. We get Spider-Man No Way Home is second, and then the other Spider-Mans are 8th and 9th. That's arguably a better trilogy.
And then Guardians is
14, 12
and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you're right.
Like arguably, like that's factual.
Sure.
So
Anyway, moving on. What were you saying?
But I feel like Spider-Man's a cheat code.
Yeah.
Spider-Man it does things to people.
I love it. I love this movie.
It is good. Genuine tears.
Oh God.
Serious tears, bro.
God.
I think I've watched a lot of press junkets, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
For this movie.
Also
redeemed Chris Pratt's failures.
Of course.
Or not really Chris Pratt, but Star-Lord's failures in Infinity War.
Also, wish I would have seen more Bradley Cooper in press stuff. Because it's like he's.
I didn't see him on anything but the red carpet.
He's kind of here for 3 a little bit, but like for almost all the Guardians movies, he's just not really been on the press stuff.
Yeah.
And that kind of sucks.
Which I think is fair because he's not like on set.
Sure, but he's like
same thing with Vin Diesel.
And he said, I watched an interview where he said, they were like, "What's it like on set?" And he's like, "I've never been on set."
Yeah.
And they were like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do all my lines after the fact."
Yeah, there's not
like,
really a reason for him to be on set. Yeah, because Sean Gunn does all the rocket stuff.
Yeah.
Get you a slice, brother.
Yes, sir.
You want to pop a D in, bro?
Yeah, or a paper plate. Preferably.
He choking. No, I agree because I think they should, but it's probably just not in his contract. It's probably a very simple gig for him.
You're probably right.
Because that's all it is. All that press stuff is just contractual stuff that they got to do. So I wouldn't want to do it either.
Voice actor for Teenage Rocket, by the way.
He is, but he does all the mocap stuff for our all ages and stuff.
Yeah.
Sean Gunn's goated, bro.
He's great, yeah.
Kraglin is such a good character.
Yeah.
All the side characters. There's not a single character where I'm like, and character's kind of mid. Yeah. No, they're all good.
I love all characters.
Peter
Cosmo.
Quill, Drax. Like everybody got a good. We'll hit spoiler territory here. I feel like everybody's ending is good. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, Nebula. Oh my god.
Spoiler alert, yeah.
Watching 1, 2, Infinity War. Mm-hmm. One of the best character arcs.
Yeah.
Like, it's so common to have bad guy become good guy, join the team. But her story is just so good about overcoming, being the worst sister, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, so good. And then watching like just unique things in superhero movies, like the Star-Lord interaction with Gamora. That's not something that you've seen explored. Where it's
and then at the end making it where like it doesn't become redeemed. It's like it ends in a.
Like this is not the woman I was in love with. That's okay.
Yeah, I love the movie. I'm a little biased because Rocket's my favorite MCU character. So making the movie,
I think it's a Rocket movie.
Centering him in the movie is like fantastic for me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people had problems with the flashbacks. They felt weird. They felt like there was too many. I don't know. They felt fucking perfect to me.
Nah,
every flashback was like such a hard hitting, impactful scene. I think, and also while watching this movie, I liked the villain.
The villain
really
was great. The actor,
yeah, he really
Chakotay, he's good.
I really.
Thank you, Tom.
My thought process was lost. Was
high evolutionary,
but I was saying
funny stuff.
I really like how
they did this character, this arc.
I don't know.
Adam Warlock.
I do have problems with Adam. I'm gonna just move on to something else. But I do have a little bit of problems with Adam Warlock. His character feels like the least necessary.
He's there mostly because you're like, all right, he's involved in the future of Guardians. That's why he's here, not because he's like actually super pivotal to the story.
Yeah, he feels kind of out of place in some spots, and then also I think having the weird scene where Quill kind of like is at the end where he turns into ice and stuff feels like an unnecessary scene. I think you could have just had to be good. It feels like
have him die?
No, just have him just be fine. Like it just felt weird to have him like turn to ice and then Warlock save him. That was like a weird little thing for me where I was like, I don't know, I don't like this. I don't like Warlock.
No, I think I like it because like he's immediately like saved and they're like, he asked Groot and Rocket like, why did you save me? And Groot says, everybody deserves a second chance.
Drax.
Was it Drax that says it?
Groot, why would Groot say that?
No, I thought Groot said I am Groot and then somebody translated it for him.
Oh, you're correct. It was Drax that translated it.
Yeah, somebody translated.
Remember, Rocket was in the ship talking to the animals.
Yes. And so it was his moment of like...
And we're making it biblical. Yeah. Where they did the Sistine Chapel.
The creation of man thing. Yeah. That's what it was. I think it's just them being funny. Mm-hmm. But I think it was fine. I saw people being like, Adam Warlock's supposed to be like this all-powerful, mature character. But it's acknowledged.
They say that he came out early. Because in the comics, he's the most powerful being in the universe at the time. he's more powerful than Thanos. He's the first character to get all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
And then the Watchers.
He's very important in like
the Watchers and all them. They take them from him because they're like, you're too powerful.
Yeah.
And so
he's very pivotal, which I think is okay to lower his power level a little bit.
You can't have him.
Yeah.
At that power level, it doesn't work.
Yeah. So I think that was fine. And then because I've rewatched the whole movie on TikTok at this point.
Yeah, of course.
It just some of his scenes are so funny. There's one where he's on the ship with Gamora, and Gamora like threatens to kill Blurp or whatever his name is. He's like, "Don't be rash." It's probably my favorite clip.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's just I liked his character way better than I thought I would.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I was watching when I watched this movie. I was thinking, I think this is like the most fucked up Marvel movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's like genuinely a lot of times
squeamish.
Fucked, not like that, but just like
no, like I'm like, ugh.
Fucked up things are happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adrian.
Yeah.
Because that planet that was like a living thing.
Oh yeah, no, it was so gross.
It was like messing with him.
But no, even like watching like Rocket get mutilated and stuff like that, you're like, oh my.
It's like fucked up. Like having the little toddler kid be the little rabbit that's like fucking turned into a spider. Him just doing the experiments on the living things. The weird thing where like, oh, the planet's like fucked up and he's letting them like sell meth to each other. So then he like blows the planet up, and then you have like close-ups of watching families just explode.
Yeah.
And then the High Evolutionary just in general is like, Thanos was an insane villain, but he wasn't like cruel.
No,
right?
he had a mission, and the mission was a moral like.
He was.
There's some merit to it.
Yeah, but he's
terrible
ways to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, but he was still like he was a bad guy, but he wasn't like evil. The High Evolutionary is like
he's just pure
fucking evil.
I want to be God. I want to be in control.
He's
evil.
Cruel, like really cruel, and he does like some like seriously fucked up things. You have Rocket, like the scene, and that was the moment where I was like, "This is the most fucked up Marvel movie." Is when Rocket attacks him and is ripping his face off, and his friends are like, "Yo, don't do that," and then the little bunny is screaming like Rocket Flortiefs go now, Rocket Flortiefs go now. She's like screaming it super loud, like let's go, let's go, let's go. But she's saying it in like a way that like a little like baby almost would say it. And you're like, this is fucking intense. And then the people show up, kill them, and he like shoots, and he's so blinded by his rage he doesn't protect his friends. And then you turn around and they're dead. You're like, you're like, this is fucked up, like so fucked up that. And the little toddler was like screaming for them to leave, and then they all die.
This is why I feel like having as many flashbacks was good, was because the whole time you know how this ends, you know where we're going with this, and so you're just like, oh no, we're getting closer to this moment where like
they're cruel with those trailers, bro.
Yeah,
the trailers.
Dude. Now,
me being convinced that the scene of him hugging the otter was them reuniting, not them hugging outside the gate.
I thought there was gonna be a chance that like Lila was here,
and then like there's just so much, like with the little subversion, having it being Star-Lord shooting with Groot in that scene instead of Rocket like it was in the trailer.
I went and looked at the trailers. It was Groot.
Huh?
It was Groot.
Yeah, it was Groot and Rocket.
No.
In the trailers, it's Groot and Rocket back to back shooting.
I'm pretty sure it's Groot and Star-Lord.
Not in the trailers, bro.
Yeah. Groot and Star-Lord shooting trailer. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I'm pretty sure it was... Yeah. Well, that's
just a clip from the movie. Just click the trailer, scroll through.
Is it in the first one? Oh.
I think it's the first one.
Okay, we're here. Yeah, we do the
moment.
On space. Oh, dude, the hallway scene.
Mm-hmm. The corridor scene is insane.
Okay. Bro, the hallway scene. Is the hallway scene the best
Marvel fight scene?
Yes.
It's up there, bro. See, me thinking that was them reuniting, bro.
There's a lot that happens in this movie, bro.
Yeah, this movie broke me, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It is. It's Star-Lord.
Okay.
I'm
tripping.
Because you said it in the theater, and I was like, that sounds right. But then I thought about it later. I was like, no, I think that was Star-Lord in the trailer. But that is a very cool scene. Yeah. I watched the behind the scenes on that. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they choreographed that.
I don't know.
Because
like the corridor scene or that shot scene?
That scene alone. I watched that scene. I don't know how you choreograph that when Groot's not there.
Yeah, it's weird.
They are very talented.
Yeah, they're really good. And the corridor scene was insane. I want to go back and watch that like frame by frame on the corridor scene because there's like a lot going on.
There is a lot. Dude,
and it was long too. As I just kept going, I was like, they're gonna keep going.
How do you feel about the ending, like with the new Guardians?
I think it's fine.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think it's good. I think
Cosmo, Adam Warlock, Groot. That's massive. Rocket.
But I'm not. I don't think I'm like. I need another Guardians movie.
You could not have them. In
you could just never do another Guardians.
You put them in a spot that if Marvel wants to do something with them, they can.
Yeah, I'm curious because obviously they said Star-Lord's returning.
Yeah, which was odd. I didn't expect it.
They didn't say Guardians. It said the legendary Star-Lord will return.
Which that really genuinely caught me off guard.
I don't know if that means Star-Lord's getting his own project or Star-Lord's going to show up in the next Avengers.
I don't think he's getting his own project, but I think he's going to pop
either
up
one
with
feels weird.
He's popping up with something.
Yeah.
Because he's back on Earth.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So you can definitely have it where, because if shit goes down on Earth, he going to pop up and try to do something.
Yeah. I'm just curious what.
Oh.
So.
We got Avengers movies and shit coming.
And where's he at? Where did he grow up in?
It was like Kentucky or something.
It's somewhere.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Montana
like
maybe.
Not New York.
It's like
it's not like New York or California. Cool.
I think it was Montana actually.
Maybe.
Because it's whatever that first title splash is, where his dad's like driving that girl down the highway, and it's like Montana, 1988.
Brand new. Good movie. Great movie.
Yeah,
I highly recommend.
I like
so
putting it at 5.
Yes, that feels good.
Anyway, moving on to video game.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Before I get on to that, Phil Spencer did an interview this week.
Yeah.
Where he talked about how Xbox is sucking.
Yeah.
And it was a very candid interview, where he was like, "Yeah, bro, we lost the Xbox One generation, which was the worst generation to lose, because that's when everyone started transitioning to digital, and now you have these big digital libraries that you don't want to leave behind. And so the likelihood that he was like, yeah, people keep saying if we just keep making good games, that will be good, and that just people are not going to sell their PlayStations to go buy Xboxes if we make a couple of good first-party titles, because they have this insane library built over on PlayStation. So we can't cater to those people. Like, we have to make these games for a new audience.
You have to build a new audience, yeah.
Yep. And so he's like, yeah, we lost that generation, and that sucks. Like, we're just behind, and there's nothing that we can do to like fix that. But we have to like exist in this space. And he talked about Redfall and it flopping, and he talked about Xbox in general flopping.
So what did he say was like the main reasons for why Redfall didn't hit its mark?
He said that it was just, he said there was a creative vision for the thing that the game wanted to do, and it just didn't work for audiences. He said internal reviews were higher than expected, double digits higher than what we never want to make a game in the 60s. He's like, we don't want to make a game that has a Metacritic in the 60s. That's not what we strive to do. He said that delaying it wouldn't have worked. He was they were like, people said delay the game and it would work. He's like, there is bugs and stuff, but the game, there's a fundamental flaw.
You would need to make a new game.
Yeah, he was like, so it just doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Which is practically what we've seen with like Suicide Squad, where it's like they delayed it, but really they just delayed it long enough that it's a new game at this point.
Yeah, and he pretty much fell on the sword, where he was like, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. It's not Arcane's fault. It's not these people's fault. Like, I messed up here and I messed up there. I should have done this. I should have done this. Like, he just took it all on the chin.
Yeah.
And it was just a really insightful, like, candid interview where I was like, damn, like, it really made me like have respect and like Phil Spencer a lot, where I was like, damn, it's very interesting for a company to have all these flops and failures, and have had for a while now, to just come out days after a really big flop with their guy, the face, and him just take it on the chin and just fully do.
I feel like you have to, because a lot of
most companies would just cancel that interview.
I feel like they are very smart. I mean, they're a billion-dollar company. They need to be smart. But I feel like Phil Spencer knows exactly what the company needs in that moment is somebody to just take the blame. Because you have a customer base right now that's built on trust. And, we, as Microsoft fanboys,
exactly,
Xbox fanboys, we know and we trust that Xbox is going to acknowledge when they mess up.
Of course, yeah.
And they fix it. And so if Phil Spencer came out and did anything different than that, you would lose a lot of trust, and you're already...
Other companies just don't. They just don't do the way he does it.
Well, Nintendo just never acknowledges anything.
Of course.
And if Nintendo ever does, you're like, oh my God, they're doing something weird.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Speaking of...
Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears of the Kingdom. Before I say that, Hollow Knight got delayed, which sucked.
Yeah.
Are
you shocked?
No. But at least someone came out.
At least you got
it'll come out later this year.
That's all you need. Communication.
Yeah, I'll accept that. Good to go. Tears of the Kingdom is out. We've been playing it over the weekend.
New Zelda.
You finished the tutorial?
I'm at the end. I haven't jumped.
Tutorial area?
Okay.
So yeah, new Zelda game. I put probably 20 hours at this point. This game's fucking goated.
It feels like
this game is goated.
What I can say so far of
no spoilers, by the way.
No, can I talk about the abilities?
Sure.
Okay.
Those have been in the trailer.
Because that's pretty much all I have so far.
Those are in the trailer.
The abilities.
Yeah, no spoilers aside from what's been in trailers.
This feels like Breath of the Wild was the tutorial. And now you have a game that's basically sandbox-ish,
Yes.
Not like you
ish,
can.
bro.
Not like you can. There's not like you can like.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
You kind of can, but I mean, you could solve problems in any way you want. You can't do anything you want.
Sure.
You can solve. You could solve problems however you want.
I would 100% call it a sandbox.
Like, there's been so many, dude. You know the snowy mountain?
Of course.
I didn't realize you could go up the cave and go all the way to the top. Because I hit a point in the cave and I just didn't look and see. Oh, I can also climb right there. I was like, oh, I reached the end of the cave. Come back down, and I built a staircase. Up the mountain. And then I get to the top mountain. I'm like, oh, there's a hole. There's a cave. Okay, I'm a dummy.
Have you made it to the third shrine?
Third trial?
The third shrine.
Oh, the third shrine?
At
Which,
the very
the
very
levitate
top.
one?
The one that gives you ascend.
Yes, I have ascend.
You have ascend? How did you get up to that third spot?
Because
Because when you come out, you're there, and then the wall is like icy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, and that's where you built the staircase?
Where that you could fight that one guy on the big circle platform.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The guy who's like a bunch of blocks.
I didn't fight that guy, so I didn't see him.
Oh.
I like completely missed that guy.
Oh. Yeah, that's like where you need the.
Because ascend is in a shrine up here, and then all the walls are like icy, so you can't climb it.
Yeah, I think I just built. Oh, yes. Because I did that twice, basically.
Yeah.
I just put a bunch of logs together.
Yeah, I put the logs together, and I leaned them up against the thing,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I climbed up, and I was like, I don't think that's how I'm supposed to get up here.
Yeah, that's what I did. And then, because that's how I got up to the first level.
Yeah.
Before you do that. And I was like, oh, I'm going to just do that again. That worked.
No, there's been a ton of times in this game where I'm like, that worked, and I have no fucking idea how, brother.
And then fusing your arrows together, fusing your weapons, I got a cart on my shield right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it does. I've seen I could skateboard. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, you can skateboard.
I don't know if it does anything else right now, but
yeah, it's crazy.
But I switched it and I got a shield that shoots fire. Like, it's just.
No, you can do anything, whatever you like. If you're in the game, within the rules of the game, if you think to yourself, can I do this? The answer is unequivocally always yes.
And it feels like the game has found a way to punish you if you're not creative.
Yeah.
Like, just fighting an enemy normally is hard.
No, it doesn't work.
It's very hard.
You gotta have a weapon,
and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you have to play to your strengths, play your.
And you can still fight at brute force, but it's definitely encouraged to attach a bomb to this arrow, make your life easier.
Yeah.
Or do this to your sword.
Like fire fruit, nice fruit.
Like, just find ways to make your life easier.
Yeah, it's an insanely large sandbox. You can do whatever you want. I don't see how any game beats this for Game of the Year for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hard.
Spider-Man 2, I think, will probably come the closest, but I genuinely don't think it'll come. I don't think it'll come close at all, but I think it'll come the closest. Because this game is like, it's insane, and I'm thinking about it right now. I was just playing before we got in here, and I can't wait to get back out there and play some more. Like, it's so good.
My only complaint so far, button mapping, man.
What?
I wish I could just change how the buttons are mapped.
Yeah.
You can only swap X and A.
You can only swap jump and run. Yeah. That's it.
Oh, I figured out. You know how you were like, it tells you to shake to remove it? Mine had Pro HUD on.
Oh, your HUD was just off?
Yeah. Well, it's not your complete HUD isn't off.
Did you accidentally
I don't know if I accidentally turned it off because I wouldn't have.
No, I think you might have accidentally turned it off. But yeah.
But I might have. Yeah.
Because I turned the Pro HUD gets rid of the menu.
I didn't do it purposely. I'll say that. Yeah. But I went in there because I did what you were like. It says it, and I went to fuse two things. I'm like, it doesn't say it.
Yeah. So you went to settings.
I went to the settings, turned it on, and then I was like, oh, shake to remove. Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would have never figured that out though. I pressed every other button before doing that.
Yeah, because you don't gotta press a button; you have to wiggle the stick.
Which I'm like, why would you have an option just to remove like the tiniest detail like that?
I don't know. Yeah, but the Pro thing is nice because I turned it off and played for like 2 hours with Pro on. It does like immerse the hell out of you because it removes like your hearts, it removes the stamina, it removes all of the things.
Unless you're
just like fully zoomed in.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
And so it is fun that way. I ended up turning it back on because I wanted the menu map to still be there.
Yeah, I just wish I could map my buttons a little better.
Yeah, no, mapping your buttons would be nice. I wonder, can you do that in the Switch's menu now?
You can, but it doesn't change it. So like if you, like I want jump to be a button, not X just equal this.
Yeah. Is that not ostensibly the same? If jump is X and you make X equal this.
Not when you have to use buttons to interact with stuff.
I guess you're right because then your interact button is now different. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's odd.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want, like, you would normally assign jump to this, and that. Like, I want that.
Yeah, of course.
Which I understand. Nintendo's probably like, we want people to play the game this way. Of
course. I do wish that run and jump were next to each other and not opposite.
Yeah, not great accessibility. That's really it. Everything else.
Once you finish the tutorial and you play for like an hour after that, it really does feel like you have pretty much a full grip on the controls.
Yeah.
On fusing and all that stuff.
Yeah. They're a little like, I'm always pressing one wrong button in the fight.
Of course.
multiple times actually.
It's kind of
I'm
stopped
hitting
by
wrong
this
buttons a
point
lot.
of me playing.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get there.
Yeah.
But I'm hitting the wrong buttons.
I like the game a lot. There's not really much else to say. The game's much bigger than you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's like so much in there, and it doesn't feel like it. Everyone's like it's a DLC game.
It's not just the original map with some stuff in the sky.
I mean, yeah, there's others. You just gotta play the game, bro.
All right, yes,
You
sir.
just gotta play the game. You'll get to the point, and you'll come in the chat and be like, I know what you're talking about. You'll get to the point. It's crazy. Like however big you think the game is, like multiply that by a bunch. It's crazy. The world's insanely big, and like I was saying, it doesn't just feel like a DLC game like people were saying. It not only is it's the same Hyrule, but like even your familiar locations are significantly different and evolved. And there's new camps, and people are reclaiming the world, and there's like settlements, and like it's just all the settlements you know already. They're different, and the stables you've already been to, like there's things that are different there that make them feel even better. Like for example, there's a stable that had been converted into some other type of building with other stuff going inside of it.
Yeah, I don't think you need a new map to make a new game.
And I think the fact that this is the same map is what has allowed this game to be as good as it is, because some of the crazy stuff that they could do with that development time besides crafting a world, like they've really
it makes sense. It's like this. I understand now where the time went. This makes sense.
It's hard to talk about what I like about the game the most without spoiling stuff.
Really?
Yeah. It's a pretty big spoiler.
Because for me, it's all gameplay.
No, there's a moment where you're like,
gameplay.
Holy fucking shit. Like, I cannot believe they did this. And it's pretty absurd. And then also, I will say, there's way more cutscenes in this game than there was in the first one, which I like a lot. Yeah. The story, like, I feel like I've already seen as many cutscenes as I did in the entire first game, and I'm not even close to finishing it.
Yeah, because I don't... It makes sense. People love the lore of Zelda.
Yeah, no, it's good.
They should dive more into it.
This story, like, it's good. Like, there's some stuff happening where I'm like, that's really fucking interesting. Like, I actually want to see where this story is going. Like, I'm super interested in it. So, yeah, that's the game.
It's a good game.
Beautiful game. Play the game. Anyway, that's it.
That's it?
A little bit of reader mail before we hop out of here, I guess.
We'll talk about Ted Lasso next week.
Of course. Once I actually watch
it's good.
it.
It's super good.
Once I actually watch the thing.
Yeah, catch up, bro.
I'll do it. All right, let's check this reader mail. What we got? On topic, is Tears of the Kingdom better than Breath of the Wild? I guess, did you ever play Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I 100%ed it.
You 100%? Like you had 900 Koraxes?
Well, maybe I didn't do Korax, but I did all shrines.
Okay.
I did all shrines.
So it's hard. I guess you're in the tutorial area.
Is it better? No.
Yes.
For me, not yet.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Because there's nothing that makes it better yet. It feels like the same game. Oh. It doesn't feel like... I just feel like they're the exact same place in my head right now. It's not like, oh, this is clearly a step above yet.
Yeah. No,
there's nothing new.
Yeah, where I'm at, it's definitely...
I feel like I'm just playing Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah. Until I get to...
In my head, it would just flabbergast me if by like halfway through the game, anyone has the argument that Breath of the Wild 1 is just better. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to me because this one's just...
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm going to hit a point where it is just Breath of the Wild, but better.
Yeah, which is what it is.
Yeah.
But so I think 100% it's better. Easy.
Like, I don't have a glider yet, so like I don't know.
Yeah, that was Fielding that wrote that in.
Yes. Good. Yeah.
Fielding also writes in, was the $5 footlong America's best sandwich deal? Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold up. Are we counting burgers as sandwiches?
No.
Why?
Because they're not sandwiches, they're burger. Sandwiches.
Well, burger is just a sandwich, right?
No.
So you're telling me I take the hamburger out and put ham in, and it's a sandwich?
It depends on if it's hot or not.
What?
If it's hot or not.
If it's hot, it's not a sandwich?
No, because then it's a burger or a melt.
Melts are sandwiches.
Yeah, but nah.
What?
No.
You telling me a grilled cheese isn't a sandwich?
No.
It's called a grilled cheese sandwich.
No, grilled cheese sandwich melt.
You're being
whatever.
Some word.
Yeah. No,
I want to say pedacious, but I don't know if that's a word.
I wouldn't call like burgers part of the thing. Because the $5 footlong is hands down the best sandwich deal. I still think that
I can't think of another sandwich deal.
If you go try to buy a $5 footlong, or you go try to buy a footlong today, she is like $12.
Yeah, no, it's depressing. Well, they're like, you can get this one sandwich as for a $6 footlong only on Tuesdays 3 to 5, but it's only just cheese.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, no, I think Subway's a scam anyways. I've always been pro.
Didn't used to be, bro.
Just make a sandwich at home.
Of course, yeah.
It's gonna taste similar, unless you're getting like the Philly or a meatball sub or something. Which you can make that at home too. But yeah, $5 footlong was pretty broken. But I can't argue anything other because I don't think there is anything other.
Yeah. No.
You think I got Jimmy John's deals on the top of my head?
Jordan probably does.
He does.
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's, Quiznos. I ain't thinking about those.
Me neither.
But if I start talking about the McDonald's menu, bro,
You
the
fallen from
McPick
grace.
2,
You fallen from grace on the
The
McDonald's.
McPick too?
They took away your deals.
they did, but Kylie's got it now, so we're
Okay.
good. Swap I'm very curious. I want to
I don't know
know.
what the math is. I don't know what. Someone has to make a deep dive video. On
I
this.
want to. Yeah, I need the science behind it. Studying McDonald's deals.
Maybe this is your first video essay.
I don't think I can do that. I don't have the drive to think about McDonald's deals for 30 minutes.
That's it. That's the show.
That's the show. I feel like
Come
we
on.
skipped something.
We didn't.
It's been a long one.
It has.
How was your food?
It's,
Papadilla, would you do it again?
It was good. Yeah, it was okay.
No.
No.
It was like, it was just, did you open it?
Yeah.
It was just pizzas.
Yeah.
just a folded
I would
pizza?
much rather just have a pizza.
Okay.
You could just make it.
Yeah.
With your
I still want to try the Cool Ranch Papadilla
Yeah. So do I.
because it's got the Cool Ranch dusting.
They had
I'm a
one.
Cool
It
Ranch
wasn't
guy.
part of the deal, babe, so I didn't get it. But it was like a Doritos Cool Ranch chicken thing.
And it's got Doritos Cool Ranch
Yeah.
sauce as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, that's it for the show. We'll catch you guys on the flip. We're gonna do the post show for everyone who supports at patreon.com/synceduppod. For everybody else, we'll see you tomorrow. Or
Goodbye.
tomorrow. Fuck,
No,
next week.
Tomorrow. What's tomorrow?
Bye.
Bye.